Ho, ho, ho. It's very exciting, isn't it? Do you know that we had snow in San Diego County on Thanksgiving Day? 6 inches in Julian. Do you believe that? Oh my gosh. So anyhow, I know you all want to come to San Diego. You want to come to Road to California, right? You going to do Road to California?
Yes.
Do Road to California, and as soon as that is over, you guys all make the little trip back down to San Marcos and come to our Arkansas Travelers class. Yay! How many of you going to come? Oh, cool. We're getting a good show already. You guys are so good. Look at you. But anyhow, it's a special day, January 27th, and we have classes going on. It's an exclusive die that you can only get that day. Woo! That sound good?
You bet.
All right, that's one thing. That's the first thing. Second thing, I have a great gift idea for your grandchildren. Woo! Grandchildren, forget grandchildren, buy it for yourself.
Yeah. I don't want your grandchildren.
You don't want my grandchildren? Oh. Well, anyhow, did you all know that the Go Me is only $50 now? $50, and it's great for kids. But look what this is what Kylie did.
Cute.
Kylie did this one, and Zoe did this one. And I have to stand beside Teresa because Teresa is wearing Kylie's kitty hat. She's kitty crazy. But anyhow, this one just starts out as an owl, and Kylie went and did a little cutting with her scissors. I think she got the perfect eyes on there and everything. And Zoe went more with the pattern, and then we stuffed them kitty fabric, cute on the back. But look, I want to show you what this comes for $50. It comes with a mat. Ooh. And then it comes with the die for the owl, and you can make it a pig or a frog. These are little flowers inside, plus it even comes with fabric for the owl and instructions.
That's awesome.
Is that a good gift? $50. I mean, you could just pick it up here and you don't have to drive all over town looking for a gift. Is that a great idea? Okay, so just wanted you to know. Okay, so now you can take that all away and look at the box, just looking at the box. And this is the next thing. The die I'm about to show you can be used. You can use the Go Me for it. Woo! Okay, so now this is, I have been so excited about showing you this die because I love it. It's one of my favorite block on board dies. There it is. Okay, block on board means that all of the templates for the block are on one board. You can run this through Go Me or any of the larger ones. Good? Okay, I can't wait for you to see the quilt now. You ready? This is incredible. Okay, this is in block. It's called Chimney Sweep. Chimney Sweep. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! Oh! And show around the corner. Show over there. Isn't it beautiful? Yes. I swear Judy Jackson did the quilting on it, and she just made it look so beautiful. But what's really fun about it is that the block, once it's all cut, only takes 20 minutes to sew. Whoa, that's a good one, huh? And the fabric, it's really fun because to make all of the blocks in this, the prints, I used 2 of the Moda scrap bags. Oh, wow, that's cool. And so I looked over there at the table, it's loaded. it? We have a dump truck, just dumped them all off, the scraps, dumped them all off. And so it's really fun. And so because I used all the scrap bags, I was at a loss for which piece to maybe use for a print border. And so I just, okay, the white, the background, that'll do. The lattice, and then I put in cornerstones. They were just kind of like the scrappy, the leftovers. And so I thought it was really fun. But I love the way that Judy Jackson actually did the quilting in the center, 1/4 inch away from the center. And then not just like a 1/4 inch around the outside edge. So you could do that. You don't have to send it out to your long arm. It's getting less expensive all the way, right? And then I love the turquoise that I picked out for the border. Well, what's really fun about it, I have to show you that this is a very old pattern, one of the oldest patterns. And it actually came out by this lady. I'm going to give you a lady to take a picture of over here. Her name is Ruth Finley. Look, Ruth Finley. Cool. How like that? It's cute, huh? 1929. 1929, she named this chimney sweep. And I'm lucky enough to have her book, Old Patchwork Quilts and the Women Who Made Them. This is a 1929 edition, and it is credited as being the second quilt book written in America. And so, of course, then there's lots of reprints. But I like the original one, and I have to tell you, Ruth Finley tells the funniest stories. And she described how the name chimney sweep came about. You can just imagine this. She said it comes from the children climbing on the roof. And it's just so fun. She said the children got intimate with the roofs. And I thought, who gets intimate with the roofs? But that's what she said. And they were climbing around the bricks and the squares. And you go, of course, it's chimney sweep, right? Where did my block go? I always behind me. Bricks. Here we are. Chimney. Here's the roof. Here's the roof. And there's the chimney. This is the roof, the bricks, and that's the chimney. Get it? Get it? We forget why these patterns have these names. Chimney sweep. And it's just really, really fun to do. Chimney sweep. And these are the pieces for the die. If you get to hold these, Teresa, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to lose everything. So this is how it starts. These are really in good order. A. Okay, A. And then that's the longest one. You got to remember. And then B. A little bit smaller. B. And then C, the square. And so I thought, okay, how are you going to remember? This is like large, medium, small. This is Papa Bear. This is Mama Bear. And that's Baby Bear. Got it? A, B, C, right? And then there's triangles. D, 2 triangles, and E. Ah. And this is like Goldilocks, and this is the broken rocker. I don't know. I just made that up. But anyhow, this is the die, and that's what I used to make that. Well, I enjoyed it so much. I was going crazy. I had some leftover pieces from my scrap bag, and this is what I made last night. It's not quilted, of course. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Ta-da!
Wow.
Isn't that pretty? That's from my scrap bag, and show them over here. So now you know, what is this square piece called? What is its letter?
C.
C. You can look in your pattern. You can look in your It's the C. It's the C, and all I did was make a 9 patch whenever I was working. I had pieces left over from my lattice, so I just made 2.5 inch squares of that, and I really had a great time with it. I thought the fabrics were really nice. I think it would be good to put a minky on the back, cozy for kids. Okay, So that's 2 quilts you can make with your die. All right? You ready to see your 3rd quilt you can make with your die? Okay, so those are set straight, and these are set on point. Ta-da! Wow, on point, completely different. There's more color. The front is, the inside is another print that is matching in the side and the corner triangles, the border around the outside edge. So that's included in your pattern too. Teresa made this one, and another name for chimney sweep is Christian cross. Christian cross, and it's identical. It is identical. It's just, that one is just set on point. So you have both of those, and you have the instructions for the one that's on point in your pattern on the next page. And you can see how it's laid out. You can actually use the same ones for chimney sweep. Okay, so that's 3.
All right.
Now wait, there's more. Roll the drums. And so you have to remember that these patterns are old and repeated. And I feel so blessed. I look in my closet and I found this. This one is called the album quilt. The album quilt. And this you can use your same die, use your chimney sweep die, and what is missing, the only one that you don't use in this one is B. B, the middle one, right? Yeah, because this is A, this is C, these are C's, and these are D and E corners. Exactly like it. So I actually put a photograph of this one in, and this is what it looks like. So one of the names is 7 crosses. Now, I counted and I do not see 7 crosses, but I do not know why they called it 7 crosses. But it was also called basket weave. Can you see how it would weave together? It's really fun. Oops, hold it over there. It's in the book. No, take it, Jane. That's okay. The pattern is in the book. How you sew the blocks together. I put it in the book for you because I thought, you go, oh man, if I buy that die, I can only make 1 quilt out of it. But you can figure out other ones. So there's 3 different quilts that you can make from that one die already. Is that good?
That's
Look,
good.
she's picking it all up and we're moving on, huh? Okay. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I want you to go ahead and turn to page 2. And there it shows the picture of the die, A, B, C, D, E, right? And it shows the position of where they are in the block. I'm too far away, Eric. But this is, so you've got to memorize. Got it memorized now? Okay, and this is Accuquilt's suggestion. You can actually make 1 block from 1 fat eighth of background and 1 fat eighth of print. And so that's what Teresa has. And if you just point, Teresa, it has all the numbers, for instance, for the print. The print. And she drew out those sizes that we're going to cut just so you can see that they will fit on 1 fat eighth. Obviously, you can use scraps or whatever you want. But then the background shows up better with all of the pieces that go with the die. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to cut. So get your ruler and your rotary cutter. Remember, Teresa's left-handed. And so we're just going to go right through those numbers first with the background, okay? So the first size that Teresa's going to cut is 7 by 10.5. And that is for What shape?
D.
D. Okay, and D is which one?
Goldilocks.
Goldilocks. D is the large triangle. Okay, so you take that piece, you fold it in half, and then you accordion fold it into 3 pieces. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now how many layers would that be? 6. Okay, and look at D. When we put this on here, how many do we get with each cut? 2. 6 times 2 is 12. That's how many you need for one block. Ah, so we're going to cover that one. That's good. You with me? Okay, okay, shape A. Shape A is which one? The long one. This is the big one. It's the Papa Bear. It's 6.5 by 2 3/4. And so she's cut it. Oh, and she's, only one. You only need one for the block. Only one for the block. So we're going to cover that right there. Okay? Okay, now go to E. E, and what is E? 5.5 by 4. And these are the little triangles. See? E, E. Okay. And it's kind of small. So I'm just going to take it, fold it in half once, and then 1 time again. Now how many layers do I have?
4.
So you only need 4 in your block. Okay? So I'm going to cover E. We doing good? Okay, so, and we have to go to C. And C is which one? Squares. Squares. 5.5 by 2 3/4. Are you cutting these already? Oh, wait. 5.5. Oh, I know what. I got thrown for a loop. Just fold it in half and press it for C, because guess how many C's you need in the block?
2 white.
2. 2 background. So those are all on there. Is that good? That's pretty fast. Okay, we're going to do the print.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to do the print. Shape B, what size is it? 8 1/4. It's a rectangle. And the reason that we're doing all of this is just the way Accuquilt likes it, because they like the stretch going through like this.
No, the other way.
No, the other way. The other way. They like the straight of grain going.
Right.
Okay, yeah. Okay, the straight of grain, but it doesn't stretch.
No.
That's what I want to say. I said it backwards. Okay, it's going to go like this and it doesn't stretch, right?
Yes.
So it's the straight of grain. So for this one, this is B. I'm going to fold it once. So it goes like this, and I like to press it because it goes through better. And then it says fold in thirds. 1, 2, 3. Nice little pack. How many layers? 6. It's B. How many B's do you think you need? 6. Woo! There it is. Right on top.
No, you fold it the other way. That's why, L. You need to do that 9 first.
Oh, I have to.
It's so
I didn't
closer.
fold it right. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, better repress it, huh?
And then in thirds.
And now 1, 2, 3. I got that down pat. Okay, and that goes right in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now shape A, we only need 1 again. And we're going to put it right on top. And if you look at your picture, on the right, do you see that on the right?
You need
Okay.
2.
Okay, you need
2. So you fold it in half.
2. Fold it in half.
Okay.
But now if there's already 1, and then 2 and 3. 3 layers, huh? Yep, there's lots of room. Okay, and I think we only have a couple more numbers. Are
Just
we nearly
one.
done?
One more.
One more. C. C. 5.5 by 2 3/4. See, and if you look at your little diagram, do you see the two? And the chimney, exactly. We got bricks and chimneys. And we've got little kids. Let's see, what is the road? Intimate with the roof. That's what Ruth Finley
And
said.
this is all your leftovers.
That's it.
For your cornerstones or whatever.
Okay, so then you can cut that up for your cornerstones. So that is the block on board. One pass cuts all pieces for the block.
Wow.
And if you have Teresa at your house, you'll get your quilting done really quick. Okay, I'm using the Go Big. Oh, but we should. You could use the little Go Me. Look at that. For the chimney sweep. Cool. All right. So that basically is for cutting one block. But then turn the page in your patterns and you will see now you have your 20 block chimney sweep. Your big chimney sweep. And how many blocks are in that one? 20. So of course you can do it a lot faster, right? You know me. I started doing it. That's how Accuquilt says it, and I started doing it, and I go, oh man, this is too slow. I gotta move. I'm hot. I'm hot. Okay, so your background, you can cut with strips. One background is 2 3/4 yards, and so you see all those measurements there. Strip cutting and basically put them through. But I decided that I would try the strips for my prints. And that's where I really got into it fast. Okay, Teresa, if you go ahead and take that off of there. Moda bags, okay? Moda bags. And actually, I used up pretty much of my 2 bags, but I found one that's good, still, that I can still use. And so if you look on page 6, okay, so what it says, if you have a Moda bag, you know that the strips are not salvage to salvage. They are cut. They're cut with lengthwise, yes. So they're only 32 inches. And you want to look at them and find the widest ones. And this one happened to be really wide. There is a salvage edge on it. I want to cut B's, and you need 6 B's. And so I'm just going to go ahead and fold this into 6 pieces and line it up like this. Okay. And you can just give it a press. And then take and cover B. The mama bear, right? There's the mama bear. And then the second one, you take the second one and you just take it. See, I can't even read my big print. Oh, that's why. I'm reading the little print. Get rid of that one. I'm in trouble. Okay, now. It says, I'm on page 8, it says to take the second 2.5 by 32, and it's a little bit narrow, but it is 2.5 inches. And Teresa, will you just cut off a 12.5-inch piece for me? And that is going to be for A. 12.5 piece, and are you following with me on page 6? Yes. Okay, this is A. And I'm going to take it and just fold it in half and put it on A. And then I'm just going to take the remainder of the second strip and I'm just going to cut as many C's or 2 1/4-inch squares as I can. I can fold it in half and then I can fold it 1, 2, 3. Faster. Cover it up. run it through. And that's basically what you need for the prints from a Moda bag. And Moda bags are just like the cheapest, the scraps are the cheapest.
And the newest
But,
fab.
and they're really cool. She's getting me ready over there. I see her going crazy. Now it says you can use 2 Moda bags, 2 alike ones. You need 2 strips that are the same, or you could just get a jelly roll. A jelly roll, and you only need to have 1 jelly roll strip for all your print. Okay, so take that along there, and when I'm getting ready, I go crazy at my house and going, where's the jelly roll? I don't need a whole one. Orion says every time I do something, I get new product and open it up and just use 1 or 2. I can't do that. Where's my jelly rolls? I remembered. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm a genius. I've remembered my 2.5-inch strips. And guess what's in here? Jelly rolls. And you can't miss your big box, right? So anyhow, I said, these colors, I go, oh my gosh, they're so wild. Look at this. Isn't they pretty? Okay, let's do this one too. So what I figured out was that it's kind of easier if you just need 1 per block. I have enough print here for 3 blocks. Is that wild? Okay, so let me give you this one back. And Teresa, you have to help me. Okay, so now look on the bottom of page 6. It says for 2 shape A, right? It says 1 jelly roll strip, and I'm working on 3 of them. Okay, Teresa, what I want you to do is take all 3 and just cut off for A, a 12.5-inch piece.
A 12.5
Uh-huh. 12.5-inch piece. Okay. So you know what? It's scary when I get a die and I start cutting. I just try to think of all different ways to do it. Faster, faster. Right?
Good thing you can do that.
Yeah, I could do it. Faster, faster. Okay, so 2.5 by 12.5, and just cut off
These
all
are
3.
wider than 2.5. Would you like me to cut it at 2.5?
Nope.
Or just leave it?
Just leave it.
All right.
I'm not sure which company decides.
Well, this is a scrap bag. Sometimes they come this way. I'm going to drop it.
It's salvage to salvage.
But sometimes they come as a roll.
Okay, well, I'm calling it a jelly roll.
Okay.
Okay, so give them to me.
All right.
Okay, so nice. I got, boop, 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 boop. Press them. I'm going to fold them in half. I got one of these. I'm going to fold one of these, stack it up, one of these. And how many layers do I have?
6.
All right. Why don't I cut for 3 blocks, 6 layers on A?
All right.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay, now I need 5.5-inch.
Of the same?
Yeah, I was
Oh.
going to tell you, don't put those away. I
Okay.
need to have a 5.5-inch. And they are going to be for what shape? C, and C is a... Are you remembering?
No, I have to look at the picture.
That's why you have pictures there. That's why you have pictures there.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. Okay, this is my 5.5. So I'm just going to take these, fold them in half. How many C's do you need per block? You didn't know you're going to have a quiz every time.
2.
2. I feel like I'm with Jonas trying to practice our spelling words. Okay, so how many layers?
6.
6. 2 for each one. There's 3 blocks right there. Put it right on there. Okay, now give me the rest of them.
Oh, the rest of it. There we go.
Okay, so what color do we have left in the print? B. Who said that? Somebody's with me. Yay!
You asked which color.
Oh, did I say which color? Oh, no. Print. Shape. Which shape? 1, 2, 3. How many layers? 6. How many bees do you need?
6.
Okay, so guess what? This is where our stacking stops. You're going to have to do these bees individually. But look, isn't that fast?
Yeah.
So I don't know about you. That's what they say. Time is money, right? I got to move along when I get my work done. So anyhow, now these are just going to get all folded up in half and then in thirds.
Yes.
And that makes it really easy to get it done. The strips are a lot faster than what we just did. Agreed?
Yeah.
And very economical. Okay, so now I'm just going to come over here. So we did a lot of cutting.
You did.
I did, and you can even throw all that extra stuff away. Cool.
Okay.
And so I have to show you. Turn one page, my big print, to page 7. And I have to tell you, this is the most genius thing that I came up with. And I will show you. I have to find my pattern cover was around here, Teresa.
Your
That
pattern?
comes in the die. I saw it here, but now it's gone.
Oh, it's right here. Look.
Oh, okay. So Teresa went over and taught class. I said, okay, 6 o'clock, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to start sewing my blocks. So I got out. This is a beautiful pattern, by the way, by Accuquilt. And then, oops, I started doing that. Okay, so then here were these nice pictures, and I started sewing them, and all of a sudden I started, no, this is too slow. I can't stand it. I gotta move this along. See my pictures and everything. Okay, let's speed this up. So this is what I came up with. You have it on page 7. It makes the job go a lot easier. I was sewing a triangle on, running to the press, back again, sewing another triangle on, running back. You know I couldn't do that, right? So this is what I did. I took and stacked them, and these are the letters. As you go through your pattern, you need to have 2 C's with 2 D's. And then you need to have 2 A's with 2 D's. And then these are those 6 B's all lined up right along here. Right, that's better, huh? Okay, so these are 2 C's, and this is the D. And it says lay it out like this, and then the next picture shows it flipped right sides together, right? Okay, and see the corners? They're the best corners ever. See how they match?
Perfect.
On top and on the bottom. That's why I love this die. Okay, there's 2 C's, right? And when you flip them, this is what they look like, right?
Yep.
And then we have, what's the next letter? 2 A's, and these are who?
D.
These are D. That's good. Okay, and they're just like C's. C's and A's. That's looking good. And then we have 6 B's. Okay, see? Are these just like C and A? Yep, they're, you're just following along. Oh, but look, now we get tricky. Now we get into that mirror image thing. See this one? It's turned the opposite way. Do you see that? 2 B's the same, but now these are going to be the mirror image part of the B. And so then this is really going to fool ya. It says be careful. Then what do we have to do? We have to completely get rid of the D's. And what are these?
D's.
I'm so glad you answered that. That means you're following me. I can't, it's the teacher in me. I get scared whenever you don't give me an answer. It's go, oh no. Okay, so Teresa, you can come. You can just keep on handing me. So I'm gonna put the first one in there. It's a 1/4 inch seam. Okay, and you're supposed to be like handing me the
got it.
Yay! Okay. Okay, let's get this rolling. Okay, this is the C, and this is the, oops. And this one is the A. 2 A's the same, and then comes the B. See if, this is how you get it done in 15 minutes, in 20 minutes. Okay, yes, like that. Okay, good. So you remember that the first 2 B's are just like the C and the A, turn the same direction, and this is going to save you an hour if you just do it like this. You got to do assembly line, right? Okay, and then this one is different. This is mirror image. Okay, and are you lining up the edges for me?
I trying to.
Teresa rents out. How much do you charge an hour, Teresa? Huh? And this one, this is the real tricker. No D here. Ease. Ease. Yeah, you got ease. And so there we go. 1, 2. Okay, and Teresa, this is what I absolutely love.
Yeah.
Now, you don't clip them all apart. Yeah, let me see the page. Okay, so now you have to just take off the B's, okay? We don't want to deal with the B's yet, so we'll just keep them in a big row, okay?
Okay.
Okay, but you just go ahead and keep them all chained. Set the seams with the triangles on the top, flip them over, yep. Just go sit, flip, and then open, flip, flip, flip right towards the triangles. Seams are pressed toward the triangles, and I do like a little bit of steam. Okay.
And also the D's and A.
That's the C, and A. And now she's going to do the same with the B, but we're not going to look at those yet, okay? So now we're going to turn the page. Boop. Okay, you guys on page 8? Okay, I knew I needed my cutting gizmo here, but I'm just going to, first it says go to C, write a number C, and see how it has D's. We're going to just take D's and flip those right sides together. Okay? And we're just going to start sewing. That's good.
Just you have to get down. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forget. That's right.
That's
This is
okay.
a new machine for me, and I kind of forget the steps. I get so excited, I just forget what I'm doing, right? Okay. So this one has 2 D's. Now, do you see how they go? Okay, and then what piece do I need next?
Look, Phil, we got thread caught.
We need A's. I heard somebody say B, but see, A's comes next. And what do A's get on the end? D's. Woo. Okay. Now I'm getting the hang of it. Okay. 1, 2. Okay, don't go away, Teresa.
I'm not. I'm right here.
Don't go away.
Okay.
Okay, so now
Just
we've
cut
got,
it right here.
okay, so now you can go ahead and just press those seams, set the seam, open them towards the triangle. Whoop. Get it good, good, good. All right. Perfect. Fast. Listen, I was jumping back and forth between the sewing machine and the iron for every triangle. Sally's
Sorry.
shaking her heads. She's gone, no way. Okay, so I am going to go to C. This is right beside 3 and 4. These are the outside edges. This is it right here. And what's the little letter that we need right here?
E.
Yes! There's 2 of them, right? Okay, so we're going to just flip that, and then this is another match point that is unbelievable. They just go right in there. Isn't that nice? No letting your tips hang out, no trying to figure out how much tip to let hang out. It just works really good.
So that's why they.
She says, remember. It's hard for me to remember everything, Teresa, because I'm trying to talk and look at the audience and smile and listen to them and get the sewing correct, right? Right. And chew my gum. I know I should have gotten rid of my gum earlier. But my gum tastes so good. Okay, so there are 2 of them, but I'll tell you one thing that Teresa did do that makes it really nice for me is that she turned all of the background right side up. If you didn't do that, who cares? Too late. Too late. Too late. Okay, so now we're just going to take these 2 pieces and cut the threads, and you will see 1, 2. We're going to press that after we do this, because we have this that is just going to go. Are you ready? Whoop. Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice? And so just take these, and it doesn't matter, you don't have to necessarily press this E triangle open right now, because after you add this piece, you can do it all at the same time. So when you put these corners together, again, see how they just fit? Are you impressed?
Yeah. Always.
Always. I'm very impressed with this block because I just think it's engineered so nice and really easy. And I have worked on getting all of the seams pressed. Actually, there's very little locking here. They just lay on top. So these are the 2 pieces. And this goes right here like this. Just line it up and go right across there. Okay, you're looking on to the next section. Let's see, this is the whole triangle. You've got 2 of them. Okay, Teresa, you get to press toward E. Okay, press toward E. Press toward E. Ta-da! Whoops. Still connected. Okay, so now we're going to make row 3, right? We've got row 3, and it says to set B with E patches, set them aside. This is really row 4. This is row 4. Set it aside. But now we're going to take and cut these apart. Oh, I set the wrong one aside. This one. So watch. Whenever you have D on one side, remember we did mirror image of these Ds. So now we're going to turn them so they're on the opposite side. And what goes in the middle? C. C is the square. Does that look like row 3? Okay. We're moving. We're hot. And not that I don't enjoy all of my sewing and all of my piecing, but I do really enjoy getting it done quicker so I can go on to something else. I think that's the biggest thing. And if you don't want to hurry along, just press each triangle after you sew it. It's fine. Oh, how many of you agree with me that it's good if you just do a little bit of assembly line sewing so you can get everything done? But I have met people that say that they are a little confused. Okay, so now you've got them on, you've got one seam done. So let's just go ahead and open this up. And you're going to take and just assembly line sew these two pieces on the opposite side. We only have one row left to do. Are you amazed?
Yes.
I don't know how you figured this out.
I know.
Well, because I sat and I just jumped up and down the iron so much, I said, no, there's got to be a better way.
41 years of experience.
41 years of experience, yes, thank you.
And now you're going to be Accuquilt in a day.
I am. I thought that sewing all of the triangles on in the beginning saved me a lot of time. Okay, Teresa, so how do you press the seams?
Towards the outside.
Start in the middle and press toward the outside edges. Okay? And turn the page. If you have a big enough copy to read. And now we're going to take these pieces, and you will be amazed. Can I have one of them?
You can have that one.
This one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. See how that doesn't work? See, if you go, well, what if I try to put it together? That doesn't look right, right?
No.
That's not going to work, right? But what about this way?
Oh.
Wow.
That's better. Okay, so then you just turn this way like this. And that's the one thing about all of these big pieces now too, because they all just line up on the edges. Hold them together. And if this doesn't quite match on the opposite edge, you can always just give it a little stretch and just pull it over. And what is pretty amazing about it, I'll let Teresa show you. You know, when you press the triangles and show how well the outside edges just really line up. Okay, the second one, second half. Okay, and show just, okay, press toward the outside, set the seam, open and press toward the outside, and see how straight the edges. Okay. No squaring up. No squaring up. When we did Christian Cross, we actually trimmed those triangles away on the outside edges. They were squares and then we trimmed them away. A lot more work. And this one is extremely accurate. Everything just lines up perfectly. Okay, so last one. This is the half. Oh, you need a pair. Oh, we cut. Okay, the half, and now row 4. And this is what I love. Oh, the triangles are already sewn on. How about that? And that's row 4. And you're just going to take it and flip it. You only have one of them. One white. And just add it right on the edge. Cool. So, oops, I pushed the wrong button. I cut my threads. Okay. So whenever I did my blocks, Teresa and I really got into it. We were working with groups 3 at a time. Assembly line sewing 3 blocks at a time, and then putting them back. Okay, I have that on one side, this on the other side, and that makes it. So I think that I really like the scrap bags, but you have to have 2 alike, and trying to find 2 that went together, 2 bags that went together was tricky. You have to kind of peek through the little paper, the little cellophane to see them. Whoops! All right. Now I'm losing everything. Okay, and how are we pressing? Look at the picture, how are we pressing? Away from the center, away from the center. Turn this one around. Ta-da!
I can't believe that you figured that out.
That was easy. It wasn't that hard. Okay, so all I have to do is, it's just pretty amazing. These just go on each side like this. And you know, I was worried that these centers wouldn't be straight across from each other, but they just work.
Yep.
I was thinking I'd have to pin and plan and everything, but they just work. So it's really fun. Okay, so I am going to sew the middle together, and if you look on the next page, it just shows the lattice and the cornerstones of this whole quilt. There are 30 cornerstones, and what is unique is that the lattice is 2 1/4 inches. And that's a new die that we have here. And Teresa, I was just going to ask her to show you the new die, 2 3/4 inches. I was quite excited to hear that it came in. Most of our lattice has been 2 1/2 inches, but because the C block is only 2 1/4, you need to have lattice at 2 1/4 inches as well. Okay, can you open it up and show everybody here? That's going to be mine. Mine. And it works just like the other ones. How many strips are going across?
4.
4. There's 4 strips across. And you can just rough cut a piece larger and cut 4 at a time. And then measure your block. Measure your block. And the average size, mine were 10 1/4. My blocks were 10 1/4. Teresa's were 10 1/2. It's amazing. We sewed the blocks on 3 different machines, and using the 1/4 inch foot on all the blocks, we got some different sizes. So measure the size of your block, and whatever size it is, cut that for your lattice and your cornerstones. Okay, and so you always press your seams toward the lattice. That's the rule, toward the lattice. So now, Teresa, can you take that one off the wall and get the one on the next page that's on point? If you look at the, you see the Christian cross that's hanging up there? But now you have the one on point, and you can make the block exactly the same. All of the yardage is there, except notice that the center color is not background. You can do a little variation in the color. I know my scissors are on the table, but I just lost them.
Right there.
Okay, so Teresa made the 5 blocks already, just following the same technique. And now she sewed 3 together for the middle diagonal row. And lattice and cornerstones are in there. And then comes the top and the bottom rows. Exactly the same, lattice and cornerstones on 3 sides. You like that one? So you can make the big one just like this one. It's the same concept. And then the side triangles are, I know it says 18 inches. Do you see under medium yellow the side triangles are 18 inches and they are cut. The one square is cut in 4s on both diagonals. All right, it's really beautiful to go all the way. Okay, and so then you can see that you sew the sides on first. And after the sides are on, your seams are pressed toward the triangle, and then corners go on last. Nice?
Yes.
And then you can add a border to that, whatever. It works really well. Okay, I'm nearly done. One more. A couple more inches and I'm done. Okay. Yeah, you can do this. You can. I didn't want to write those directions, but you can look at the picture. How do you like that? That's a real cop-out, isn't it? Ah, okay. Done. Thank you. Thank you.
That was all of what, 20 minutes?
Well, that's what I was hoping to do, but I was also talking. Think about that.
Answering questions.
Listening. But it's easy because you don't have like triangles that you have to match. And so now take it and you're going to press the seams away from the center. Press the seams away from the center. They all lay really nice. And I love it. Okay. So I'm just going to grab my album quilt. I know I did my pieces. Ah, yes. Really fun. And it really presses out nice too, doesn't it, Teresa?
It does.
There's just like nothing kind of complicated about it.
There it is.
There it is. Okay, so we could just measure it and see which one this one. Mine was a little bit smaller than Teresa's. Oh, look. It's pretty good. Believe it or not, this one is 11 inches. How weird. Don't change your sewing machine when you sew your blogs. That's just my 1/4 inch. I can see that it is a little bit narrower. How interesting. So you would just cut your lattice to whatever size and you don't need to square it up. That's what's the best part. Cool. Okay. So Teresa, could I have my antique quilt back?
Oh, sure.
And that antique quilt is just really fun. It really goes back. It's one of a very old one. I know it could be late 1800s, that blue. And if you can go real close at the, yeah, and you can see it has a little dot in it. I don't know how close Eric is. And they did the typical quilting on it. See, it's the circle with the ring around the outside edge and just solid squares set together. So solid squares is another setting that you could do too in between instead of lattice and cornerstones. But I really liked reading about it. See, I even have to take off my glasses. It was named Album Quilt in 1894 by Ohio Farmer. That was a periodical that began as the Ohio practical farmer around 1810. And this is what I love. Finally, it started in 1810, but they finally put a quilt in on the women's pages in 1890. Yes, that's when quilts were really becoming popular. But it could be called puzzle, basket weave, friendship quilt, and 5 crosses. So there's others that are very similar, but this is the only one that has a rectangle down through the middle. So you can see this is A, that's A. It's like an optical illusion to me. This looks longer in the middle, but it's really the same size. Doesn't it? It's interesting. And these are the same triangles. This is D around the outside and E in the corners. So I thought I would try to make it look like basket weave. And I picked some 1800 looking fabric, Civil War fabric. I thought that would be fun to do. And this is, let's see, here, this is the A, and let me see. So the corners, okay, this is the A, these are the C's. And if you look at your pattern, you have it laid out there. You basically make like a 9 patch for the very center. And I used 2 different colors. And then this is the part that I showed you. Remember, I did this was E and this was A again. Okay, these are going to go, you make 2 of those for opposite sides. No D's. Notice, no D. And that shows you right in your pattern sheet at 2 and 3. This is what we're looking at right now. No D's. And then you take the last 2 of these, of the quarters, and you add D's on the sides. Triangles. And then you just place it like that. Ta-da! Like that. And on the opposite side. You want that quilt? I know, I know. I know where you can get that fabric, Sally. I didn't take it all. So anyhow, then this one set together, I thought it would look really good in my log home. So don't you think? So that little 4 patch, you're all on your own with that one. So that's enough to show you about chimney sweep, huh? Enjoy it.